What's up, y'all? So today I requested my second payout in this $150,000 static Elite Trader funding account. And I wanted to take some time today just to go over some of the trade setups that I've been trading in this account and how I've been able to get max payout for the past 2 months. So let's go ahead and jump into the chart. So the first thing that I do every single day is clear all of my drawings, and then I go to the daily. I obviously mark off high time frame liquidity. Where is price likely to go? What do I think is likely to happen based off of where liquidity is? And I pretty much go from there. I work my way from the top down. So this is buy side. This is sell side. And given we're looking at today's action, I'll mark some others too. And I really just chart like the next 2 days. I think price is probably going to go up here. Set these highs. Unless there's some drastic news that comes out and just says, that's not going to happen. I think price still going up there. I start on the daily and then I work my way down to the hourly. I do the same thing every day. So I just mark off obvious areas of liquidity. So if we were looking at this earlier today, we would have saw, what's today? Wednesday? Yes. So there was a gap from yesterday and we consolidated all night, looks like. And then there were these gaps from this morning. So 4 a.m. this morning, there was a gap here on the hourly. And 4 a.m. this morning, not 4 a.m., this was about 6 a.m., there was a gap here. So knowing that, looking at price this morning, I actually did not watch price this morning. I traded in the afternoon session. But this is how I chart. Like I start from the daily, I go down to the hourly, I go down to the 15-minute, and I see like what is price doing. That's like number one. You have to chart your liquidity. And I know that some people have trouble with that, but you got to do it. Like the easiest way to learn how to chart is to literally clear your charts and start charting. And I say like you can't be scared to get rid of your drawings, and you can't have too much on your chart either. I know some people like to have every single line and gap and liquidity level and this and that. I can't do that personally. I like my chart to be clean. And, at this point in my career, I can see what's going on in price. I can see breaks in structure. I can see all of that. There are indicators that can help you with that. For example, I've been playing with some. There's one called Lux Algo, Price Action Concepts. And then let me just open it. So I don't like all of this. I don't know what all of this is. I don't usually use like everything. There has been one I've been playing with because I've been bored. Let me turn all this off. I don't want any order blocks. I can see all of this myself at this point now, but sometimes it's nice to see like a break in structure and I don't actually have to do anything for it. And yeah, so I like to have structures MTF scanner on, and it literally just shows you break in market structure. So you can see the structure here, price broke it, came up, and then came back down. But not to touch too much on that. As for setups that I've been trading in this account, I haven't been trading just one. I've been trading a bunch. I've really been trading a lot of gaps and a lot of liquidity, aggressively too. So as you can see, we're looking at the 15-minute now. And let's just turn this off for right now. We can turn it back on later. And I'll explain. I know I'm usually not an indicator person, but I'll explain like why I think the break in market structure one is helpful for discipline. But for now, a trade that I would take, I didn't take this exact trade today. I'll show you guys the exact one I took later. I have to post a screenshot because my executions go away after market close in my funded account. But let's get rid of these hourly gaps too. We know where we are at this point in the daytime, right? So after I know where I am in the hourly, I might mark off the level of the top of it or the middle of the CE and wait for it to come there, but I'm not going to have that whole red box on my screen. It's too much. So I see this obvious break in structure here on the 15-minute. Price shoots up at, what time is this? 14:15. Why is my time in? Excuse me 1 second. I want my time to be, how do I get to it? I want my time in 12 hours because I'm not doing military time. Here we go. 2:15 p.m. I see price shoot up and break structure, and that is just like an obvious sign. And so like this is what I would consider breaking structure. You have high, low, high. This is a structure. Price breaks through that aggressively. And it also sets a 15-minute fair value gap. And then you can see price comes, trades into it, shoots back up. So it traded down here to 38.74 and then shoots back up to 38.94. That's a 20-point range in this gap. So that's a trade that I like to take. I like to wait for the break in market structure up or down, depending on the trade. With obvious liquidity above, we already saw those hourly gaps. We hadn't done anything to consolidate all morning for the most part on the 15-minute. That's a trade I'd take. Price would come into this gap, and I'd ride it back up. Now for the actual trade that I did take today, let's go to the 5-minute. I entered at 38.53. Where are we? Right here. So price set a low around lunchtime and then broke structure. And again, if you cannot see this break in structure, you can always use indicators if you like. I recommend that everybody learn to do this on their own and chart these on their own. It'll be easier to see versus relying on an indicator. I definitely don't think you should rely on an indicator for an entry, but to give you confirmation of what you're seeing, you're like, oh, I think that's a break in structure. Yeah, you can use it and you can see clear change in structure here, right? Price shoots up and then comes back. There's a gap here. Oops. And there's a breaker right here. I took the trade at 38.53 and price came as low as 38.52. So you can see price came down to 38.52 and then took off. I took one tick of heat the whole trade. I took it off at 8 points thinking that I was just going to take my low-hanging fruit and go. I really didn't plan a trade today because I knew that I'd be able to request my payout after close and I didn't want to have like a spiral session, but this trade was just too clean. Took it off at 8 points and then it ran like 40, but that's okay. Money is money. You don't have to be greedy. That's another reason that I've been able to get these payouts twice in a row and get the max each time. And I'm still very comfortable with my cushion in the account. It's because my psychology is at an all-time high right now. Like I'm doing the best that I can mentally. And I don't worry about a loss. I don't worry about a win. I don't worry about leaving money on the table. I just let it go. It is what it is. I made $400. Cool. Most people don't make $400 in 10 minutes. That's not normal. So once you realize that and you realize like trading is really a gift, it gets easier to take profit and watch the market go on without you. And then obviously getting payouts is nice too. So it's kind of motivation. But another reason that I do kind of like this indicator too, just on that mental tip, sometimes I like to make up trades, as I'm sure you do and everyone else does too. This doesn't allow you to do that. It literally has to break market structure for that to happen. So if market structure is not broken, it's not going to show you a line. And even though you might see it with your eyes and you might try to front run the trade and get in it and try to trade it anyways, it's not there. So these indicators can give you the discipline to say, well, it isn't there. I'm really making it up because it's not there. And allow you to not trade, or not allow you, but help you to not trade bad setups or try to front run or try to force anything, because you're waiting and you're being disciplined enough to say, okay, well, now I see the actual break in market structure and the indicator is telling me that it's a break in market structure. My setup is forming. Now I can trade. Versus, oh, price is right here and it's not quite there yet, but it could get there. So I'm gonna go ahead and get in it, because price will come right back down and stop you out every time when you do that. And that leads you into a spiral. I'm usually not a huge indicator person. Y'all know me, but this one is kind of cool. Just for confirmation, I've been playing with these things. There's so many settings in here. I have not figured them all out yet. I have to, play with them some more. And honestly, it's been out of boredom too, because in these funded accounts, once you hit certain numbers, it's like, okay, I really don't need to risk a whole lot anymore. I need to just, trade my days until I get my payout. So now I have my second one. I have one more. I think the max I can withdraw is $27.50, which I already have that in the account. So I really don't have to trade. I just have to open and close positions if I wanted to. I like to trade though, so I do. But, and then my fourth payout, obviously there's no limit on your fourth payout. You can, I think there might be like $100,000 limit, but there's no limit that I've hit yet that would, hinder me. So that's my ultimate goal, is to get to that fourth payout. And there are no limitations on what I can do if I make $10,000 in a day and I'm ready to withdraw that. I'm going to do that. If I make $20,000 in 1 month, I'm going to withdraw that and they're not going to tell me no. So yeah, these are 2 trades that I've been taking. I really have been trading a lot of gaps and a lot of liquidity. So it also helps to think of the market like a puzzle. And that's how I trade. I haven't been just hunting for one thing, which I did for a while, trading with my own money and when I had the $100,000 account with Elite Trader. But I haven't really been doing that because I've just been feeling in tune with the market. I consider the market a puzzle, and every single day I might find a corner piece, I might find a middle piece, and I try to put them together to make one beautiful picture, and that would be my trade for the day. Or if I don't find any good pieces, I don't put the puzzle together and I don't trade. So yeah, that's how you should view the market. That's how I view the market. And hopefully you can figure out what's going to work best for you. I trade kind of aggressively in this account because I don't consider that I have any risk. So I've almost withdrawn, well, with this payout, it'll be almost $5,000, and paid them a couple $100, and I've withdrawn 5,000. So I really almost 5,000. So I don't really think that I have any risk, and I trade aggressively. I don't care if I lose. Like I said, my mental is great right now. It is what it is. If I lose, cool. I'm going to get it back at some point. And I think that's how you should approach trading. If you approach trading from a place of lack, your account is going to lack, literally. Like, I approach it from, oh, this is an opportunity to earn more money than I already do, without high stakes, high risks. I mean, if I messed around and I blew this account, I'd be a little sad because I do have a good amount of cushion in there, which I do want to withdraw. But also, if I blew the account, I'm not out of money, real money. I just can't trade this account anymore and have to get another one, right? Net, I'd still be profitable. So that's what I really like about this account. And the static drawdowns, they don't follow you. There are no, slick rules or anything. But yeah, hopefully this helped y'all at some point. This is literally how I trade every single day. If I trade, I don't trade every day, but I look at the market like this every single day when I'm looking, and this is how I approach it. If anything in this was helpful, or if you want links, the link to these indicators will be below. I have a code, LC30. If you use it, you'll get 30% off. And then I also have a code for TradingView. I have a code for everything. So if you use it, just know that you're supporting the channel, you're supporting me. And hopefully it helps you at the same time. Don't buy anything that isn't going to help you or you don't think will be worthwhile. So see you guys later, and stay safe in these trading streets. Thanks for watching.